All right. This is our first VHS Doom After Dark, bro.
Should we call it that?
Yeah, we should. That'd be fun.
What's up? Who's next? Huh? How about it? Who wants some?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Fuck off, cat. God damn it.
You gotta leave this intro.
Well, hello, all, and welcome back to the very best place that you could be in the entire world. The entire void. The entire, I don't know,
Nighttime.
whatever. Nighttime. Oh, the streets at night. Yeah, this is our very first VHS Doom After Dark. But yeah, the podcast and rental store. Woo! I'm your humble host, Dylan Crutcher, and we're so glad that you're joining us again this week for another round of what can only be described as, well, frankly, absolute fucking madness. We truly hope you all enjoyed our roundtable episode last week, where we were joined by Matthias the Ill from Mutant City Horror, and we covered Frank Henenlotter's debut film, Basket Case.
I feel like
We
it was only
definitely missed
yesterday.
having.
Oh wait, it was.
Oh wait, that was just fucking yesterday. Goddamn. We definitely missed having Paul, or Rated PG,
Hope you're feeling
as
better,
he's
buddy.
known. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, but we missed having him on the episode. We do intend on having those guys back again very soon, hopefully, and maybe even for Basket Case number 2.
That'd be so much fun.
That'd be a lot of fun.
The later
I know,
sequels
man,
just
I
get
know.
ridiculous.
Bro, that'd be dope, and then we could I don't know, we could make it a really fun comeback episode or some shit.
That'd be cool.
Paul. Yeah, man. But yeah, so as always, this week I am joined by my ever nefarious, dastardly, can cracking, and always awesome co-host, Mikey Mutant. Woo! Bro, what's up, man? What's
Nothing
up?
much. We recorded an episode yesterday. That's about it.
Yeah, I know. There has not been time for shit, my
Watched
friend, to
2
be different.
movies and
So,
watched a bunch of wrestling. I don't know.
yeah, actually, you know what? I take it back. I will have some stuff to talk about once we get to that section. Not movies. I didn't watch shit, but I did some stuff. So, anyway, yeah, as we announced last week, friends, we now have a Patreon. I just want to plug that before we get into everything else. We do have some very cool things in the pipeline, including right now you can get a custom member card if you join our Patreon. You can personally watch Mike mess with his microphone live. So yeah, as we announced last week, we do now have a Patreon. We have some very cool things in the pipeline, including, well, currently you can get a custom member card for when you join. You get your very own rental card, which is cool. You'll always have an open invitation to our live recording sessions. We will announce when we're recording on our Patreon, and you'll have the link to come in and join and watch live if you want. And actually, at Carla's suggestion, at my wife's suggestion, she said maybe. So I've actually just come into literally hundreds of VHS tapes.
I can't believe it. Dude.
I know that's a story.
You sent me a text.
I'll talk about that in the what we've done section. But Carla's suggestion is like, hey, why don't you just send one tape to these people when they sign up, you know?
Just a random one.
Right, just a random fucking tape. Like, you might get Jaws, you might get fucking the TV recorded fucking I don't know, Never Ending Story or some shit. I don't fucking know. Who knows? But
We're going all the way back in our group chat.
Yeah. So anyway,
Katie, when I showed Katie, she was like, "What the hell,
bro?" Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Anyway, yeah. So definitely go check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com. We're VHS Doom there. Sign up. It really goes a long way. It's $3 a month, just like we've always talked about with the membership. So it goes a long way to support the show. It helps
You
us.
should send me Poetic Justice."
I should send you Poetic Justice.
I love that movie.
I know. Yeah, I got so many. I'll talk about that.
So many good ones too.
Yeah. So anyway,
Sorry.
yeah. So check us out on Patreon. Support the show. We love you guys, and we appreciate you being here. I don't know. We'll see what ends up being our benefits, but they're coming. They're coming. So join. Okay. So really quick, we do have a very interesting update for you guys this week. Frankly, I was absolutely shocked last week when I heard the ad for the Beef Juice Esquire Jr. Attorney at law. And I heard that goddamn Jumbles, our former employee who Mikey hired and apparently turned into a mannequin, had employed the services of goddamn Beef Juice. That's right. She is seeking legal representation. So this week we were served.
Wait, how is she going to do that if I am Beef Juice?
You're not Beef Juice, Esquire Jr., attorney at law. You, my friend, you're impersonating someone else. That's what I learned this week. So we were served with official legal paperwork because of this incident. Luckily, I was able to work out a deal with Mr. Juice and Miss Rimbles. All that she asked, though, Mikey, was that today she come in and she speak with you. So unfortunately, she 100% blames you, Mikey, for the entire 48 hours that she spent paralyzed in our front window.
I thought we smashed her at the end.
No, I don't know, but she is agreed.
And her head rolled down the stairs.
Bro, she's agreed to drop all charges if you agree to speak with her. So is that all right with you? I have her ready to come into the studio today.
Oh God, another one of these interviews, dude.
Yeah, well, it's not so much an interview. I think she's just wanting to air her grievances. You all right with that?
Last time with Bob, he was telling me to stop touching him every 5 minutes.
Bro,
and I got scared.
Gonna save us so much money and legal fees if you just fucking talk to her. Can you just talk to her?
All right, fine. Yeah.
All right. Let me go get her. All right.
You owe me Poetic Justice, then.
All right, Miss Rimbles, Jumbles Rimbles.
Timbles Rimbles.
Hey, God, shut up, Mikey. Welcome to the studio here, and I have Mikey here.
Do I need a lawyer for this?
No, this is just
this is not a deposition?
It's not a deposition. This is an informal conversation. Miss Rimbles was just she wanted to air out her grievances. Now, I know we only worked together for 1 day, Jumbles, but it's good to see you. Oh, thank you. I'm just glad to be alive. So, Mikey, I just want to know, why did you do what you did?
I don't know what you're talking about. You became a mannequin all by yourself.
No, that's not what happened. You hired me and you did my paperwork and everything. And then that day the floor cracked open.
I didn't do any paperwork.
Yes, you did.
I put on Dylan's desk.
No, I was there with you. You signed the paperwork. I know it was you. I would never forget a face that pretty. I mean, shut up. So that day, what happened was we started work and the floor cracked open in a giant... I am going to sue you for everything that you have.
My movie collection?
All 5,000, bitch. So the floor cracked open.
We need a shirt. That says all 5,000.
The floor cracked open. A giant monster came out, and a bat was released, and the bat bit me on the neck. And I immediately froze into a position that I could not move from. All the chaos ensued. I'm glad you survived. I really am. But then...
Thank you.
You picked me up, and you put me in the window, and you proceeded to dress me like I was Jerry Only from the Misfits. Why would you leave me like that for
No, I was trying to
48,
dress you up like Doyle. I even had the face paint on too.
48 hours?
I don't know. I don't even remember this happening.
Can
It was all a blur.
I just need all I want. I'll drop my
I think
suit.
Dr. Freudstein told me to do it. Honestly, I got attacked at episode 2. I don't know.
Well, I understand. He was a very terrifying man. And that little kid, Bob, was just such a fucking bitch. I just couldn't listen to him anymore.
We kicked him out of the store right after that.
I know. But all I'm asking
you can have your
for,
job back if you want.
I don't want to work here. It's terrifying here. All I want is an apology from you and a kiss on the mouth.
I am married.
Okay, well, I guess just an apology will do.
But I was a victim of it too.
So you can't even bring yourself to tell me you're sorry?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much, Miss Rimbles, Jumbles Rimbles, Jimbles, for coming in today and allowing us to take the time to discuss this legal matter one-on-one. And we appreciate you. I hope you have a great day, a great rest of your life. And I truly hope never again will you ever be bitten on the neck by a bat and paralyzed and left in a window for 48 hours.
And then getting smashed into pieces.
And getting smashed into 1,000 million pieces. And decapitated. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I will be listening to the show. I'll talk to you later. Bye, Mikey. If you ever find yourself wanting a kiss on the mouth, you know who to call. Okay, bye-bye. Anyway.
Why are they all saying these things, dude?
Anyway.
Also, we have an audience member. I can't tell who it is.
Please, if you haven't already, wherever you're listening to the podcast, go subscribe. Help us out with a rating. It really goes a long way to support the show. It really goes a long way to help.
Oh, it's Paul.
Oh, hey, what's up, Paul? It goes a long way to help in helping us create our ridiculous fucking characters like Jumbles Rimbles, Beef Juice Esquire Jr., Balthazar, and everybody else. So anyway, thanks so much. Yeah, and leave us a rating. I know we got like 50 subscribers, and we only have like 9 ratings on Spotify. So take the second, go hit them stars, yo. All right. Next, friends, please go and check out our merch store, vhsdoom.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll find a link to our merch store. We have a couple, cool designs on there. A bunch of cool designs. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, check them out. They're a lot of fun. Also, we do want you to come on the show. So if you're a band, a director, an actor, and you're promoting a project, and you want to collab, we want to talk to you. That'd be a ton of fun. So, shoot us an email.
Fanzine, we'll listen to you too.
What'd you just say about OnlyFans?
I didn't say OnlyFans. I said if you have a horror fanzine.
Oh, yeah. I thought Mikey said if you have an OnlyFans, but I mean, if you want to,
I did not
tell us about that too. I guess you can. Damn, Mikey, you're just like a hot commodity today, man. Rumbles, Jimbles, everybody's coming after you, bud. Did you start an OnlyFans?
Wow, no.
All right, so
that's terrifying.
Bro, that's all I got. Sorry about all this ridiculousness, friends, but if you're a regular listener to the show, you know what's up. So, how have you been, buddy? It's only been a day.
I've been good. Yeah, I mean, I did want to announce that my wife is pregnant, which is great.
What?
Second baby.
Oh, shit,
yeah.
bro. Yo, that's what's up. That's what's up. Congrats, dude.
Thank you, Dylan and Paul.
Yeah, you got a congrats from... Rated PG, who's in the studio. Oh, yeah. We missed you on the episode yesterday, buddy. We definitely did. Next time we're going to get you in, though. Yeah. Dude, congrats, man. I'm super stoked. Thanks. Yeah, so that means we really have to fucking grind out some episodes.
I think we were hinting that a couple episodes ago. Yeah. We were saying we had like bank episodes.
We're going to have to, yeah, because with both of us having a kiddo on the way. Shit's gonna get wild.
I think yours is June and then mine's August.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Yeah, you're August, I'm June, so we're just gonna be fucked for a few months. So, well, yeah. Oh, yes, thank you, dude. That's right. Yeah, I got Paul in the chat here. Yeah, oh man, you're still laid up in bed. Shit, bro. God, I hope you get better soon, man. That COVID's no joke. My whole fucking family had it for a week, just 2 weeks ago. It was awful. So
knock on wood, I haven't had it yet. So
at all in all the years?
No, I had the flu earlier in the year, but I went to the doctor and I tested negative, and then just had bad stomach viruses and stuff. That's it. Just from Sammy going to school.
Oh, good for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Lucky duck.
Except for last week when I was vomiting. Everyone was vomiting. It was scary.
Well, yeah, I guess that's not a good for you. Good for you not getting COVID. That sucks that your house was like The Exorcist, times 3.
Oh, God. I feel so bad for Sammy. He kept crying, saying his stomach hurt, and then all of a sudden he started throwing up. And this is the one of the worst of him being sick. He was just literally just throwing up all over the furniture and the floor. And
shit.
He kept talking about it the next few days after, I threw up on the floor. I feel so bad.
Poor dude. Yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough. Fuck. Well, so I know, it's only been a day, but what have you watched? What's new? I guess. Shit.
Well, I don't know. I went to Target today with the family.
Nice.
That's not really it, but I watched Aliens and Predator 2 last night.
Shit. Okay, you wouldn't watch Predator 2. All right.
Yeah, because we were talking about that with David on the last on our interview episode. Well, not the last episode, but the episode before that. And
then,
me and my friend Alex were talking about both movies, and I figured just do a double feature of both of them.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome, man. Nice.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Two classics
for sure. I don't even think you need to do synopsis on them.
No, I wasn't going to. Yeah, everybody knows those if you watch our show.
Yeah, if you're watching our show, you've seen Aliens and Predator 2 for sure. Yeah, so same here. I didn't watch anything. I haven't watched anything in the last day.
Wait, I did do one thing.
Oh, you did?
I forgot to say it. Yeah, that haul I'm getting from Orbit DVD, I bought a bunch of stuff.
Nice. Okay.
I'll just say it now. I got a bunch of slasher movies. Luther the Geek, which was a recommendation from you. Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. I've been missing the Blu-rays for them. I saw they had the Region B version of it, and I have a Region 3 player, so I figured to get those. And then the Coffin Joe box set, which is I think it's 12 movies in the box set. It's wild. It's a Brazilian horror franchise.
Okay, cool.
And then the Forgotten Gialli set from Vinegar Syndrome.
Nice. That's what's up, man.
I spent a lot of money.
Well, I mean, yeah, it happens sometimes. So I feel, is that it? That's all you did? That's what you.
No, I'm waiting for you to talk about the hundreds of VHS tapes.
Yeah, bro. So fuck. All right. So I didn't watch shit because I haven't had time. It's been one day. Come on, give me a break. But I did happen to find a lady on Facebook Marketplace who had VHSs for sale. So I look at this picture and it looks like 60. It's like a row of VHSs. And there's there's a lot of good stuff in there. There's Jurassic Park. I could see off the top, just right on the top. Godzilla.
Yeah, last time I went to Savers, I picked that one up.
Nice.
I was excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw Godzilla, the 98 Godzilla was there. Just a bunch of really cool titles. There were a couple
Blue Velvet I saw you have on there too. That's one of my favorite Lynch movies.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow. That caught my eye.
Ooh, I love that movie so much.
Yeah, there's a lot. So I was like, oh, cool. Okay, I'm gonna pick this up. So she wanted $40. I'm like, okay, that's less than $1 a tape. Okay, cool.
Oh, I didn't even see the other pictures you sent of them,
bro. Yeah, so I went to meet her.
Lost in Space. I love that remake.
Yep.
Oh my god, dude, you got everything.
I know. So this lady pulls out this container, you have your movies in a big storage container, and it's deep as shit, bro. And I'm like,
I was gonna ask if somebody died. This is somebody's whole collection.
Jesus. I know. So I was talking to her about this, and I told her I'd shout her out on the show. But so it's 110 VHSs is what it turned out to be, because it was 3 stacks like deep roughly. And
I was just talking to Katie about Big Daddy because we
Yeah.
were watching Jon Stewart.
yeah, Big Daddy was in there. So so I just essentially picked for $40. I picked up like over 100 tapes randomly off the internet. And so when I was talking to a lady, I was in like a Walmart parking lot. Paul said he lost audio. That could be, dude, that could be my internet because it's fucking shit. Sorry.
Yeah, Dylan's got shit internet. We have the same internet package, but he lives in the middle of nowhere. So
Yeah. So I get the shit into the stick on it, despite paying for the same package. Yeah. But yeah, so
Mortal Kombat. Oh my god. Sorry,
yeah, Mortal Kombat's in there. So I fucking I pay this lady $40. I get over 110 VHSs. I'm like shocked by it, and she says, What do you need these for? Like, why do you want these? She's like, I've been carrying all of these VHS tapes around with me for 25 years. And I finally just decided to let them go. And I'm like, well, you let them go to a cool place, because I do a podcast called VHS Doom. We talk about a lot of these titles that were released on VHS, that are kind of hard to find now, or are, just cult classics or horror classics or whatever. So she's like, okay, you can just say, shout out the Facebook lady on your podcast. So I am. Hey, Facebook lady, shout out to you. Thanks for all of those VHSs for
Last Unicorn.
Yeah, next to nothing.
Flintstones. Oh my god.
I know. And then, dude, I found a fucking rental store here in Richmond. So I was looking. Awesome. I was looking for a VHS player and like a CRTV, and I found this place. It was called KO Video, and it's like in the back of the shopping center, in the middle of like between like a Chinese restaurant and like a Harbor Freight. Right. You can picture it in your head. And you walk in and they have green carpet, wood paneling, and DVDs all over the shelves, and rows of VHS tapes. And I'm like, what the fuck did I just walk into? So I walk in and the bell goes off, and this old guy stands up out of like a lazy boy chair up by the front desk, and he's like, hello. And I was like, hi.
Probably your first customer in like 20 years.
Right. And I'm like, what's up, man? Hey, I'm looking for a VHS player. He's like, oh, well, he had them all around the store. He's like, none of them work. And I was like, okay, that's fucking weird. And then I was like, do you have any like, like older TVs that are working? He's like, no, nothing. He's like, that one was my mother's. And I was like, oh my God, holy shit. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to look at your movies. Are they for sale? Do you rent these? He's like, I do both. And I was like, okay. So I go and I look at the movies. I found like Scarface. I found Lord of the Rings, Fellowship.
I've never heard of that Jet Li title you got there.
Yeah, there was a Jet Li title. It was like 7 of them. Excalibur, a few others.
That Star Trek movie?
Yeah, the Wrath of Khan. I found the Wrath of Khan. Yeah. But he was only charging $3 a tape, bro.
That's not bad.
I know. So, and these are like solid titles. So not only did I find hundreds of VHSs for next to nothing, I also found a place to go buy more for next to nothing. And I'm about to pick up a VHS player tomorrow and a CRTV that I found. So it's been a good fucking week for me, man. Already. Dirty Harry.
I got a bunch last week for 99 cents each.
Yo, that's what's up, bro.
Harry. I already showed you these. Oh, here. E.T.
Nice.
Jurassic Park's on the floor over there.
I can't wait. Bro. We're gonna have like solid collections of VHSs. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Lethal Weapon 3.
Oh shit. I thought that was signed for a second.
No, it says and Joe Pesci.
Nice. Okay. Got you. Yeah, so anyway, that's what we fucking did, and that's what I didn't watch, and that's what Mikey did watch, because it's been a day. So yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, thanks for Thanks for letting us talk to you for a little bit. So let's go ahead and get you guys checked back in from last week. You really had a treat last week because your list was curated by the homies over at the Mutant City Horror Podcast. The list was delivered by Matthias the Ill, but was put together by both Rated PG Paul and Matthias. So last week, they sent you home with Miami Connection from 1987 by YK Kim and Park Woo-sang. Also, Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things from 1972 by Bob Clark. Classic stuff, and that's pre-Black Christmas. One of our favorite
directors, I feel like, right?
Yeah, that's pre-Black Christmas right there. So
and Christmas Story.
Yeah, by 2 years actually on Black Christmas, I think. So that's cool. I've never checked out Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Have you watched it?
I saw it a long time ago. It's been a long time since I've seen it, though.
Oh, yeah? Oh, nice.
Yeah,
okay.
I need to get it. I don't have that, actually. I saw it in the FYE years ago. I never picked it up.
Got you. Okay. So they also sent you home with... So those two, I think, were Rated PG's suggestions, and then we had Matthias's 2 suggestions, actually 3. So he sent you home with The Adventures of Ford Fairlane from 1990 by Rennie Harlan.
He's a great director.
Yep. Also, Action Jackson from 1988 by Craig R. Baxley. And then lastly, for the kids and for the fam, you were sent home with Labyrinth from 1986 by Jim Henson, starring the ever awesome David Bowie. So yeah, we definitely appreciate those guys putting together a curated list straight from Mutant City Horror. That was good stuff. So how's everything look, Mikey, this week? How are the tapes looking?
So one of the tapes just broke open and like something crawled out of it. Wait, hold on.
Oh fuck! God damn it! Oh no! Do you have a slug in your fucking mouth? Or is that just a turd? What is that?
Scabby Man just held me back up, but my head just split open and like a bunch of them just popped out of my head. Oh no, it's got Dylan now too. Oh god.
Holy fuck. No! Who would fill the fucking tapes with fucking alien slugs, guys? Come on! That sounds like a Troy thing to do. You think Troy did that?
I think he did.
Luckily,
I put my notes in there. Hold on.
You know what? You know who hasn't popped up in a while? Fucking Scabby Man, bro. I haven't talked to him in a while.
He just did. He just helped me.
Yeah, but he didn't say, "Hey, is he mad? Is he been too busy with Jimmy? What's up with Jimmy?"
He's at work. I think he's going on a cruise soon.
Oh yeah, I saw he's making a horror movie or something.
Yeah, looks fun. I'm just putting my notes into our thing. I have so many notes from last because we were supposed to do this a week before, but then we didn't, and then I have just like notes upon notes upon notes because I love this movie so much.
Tisk. I didn't actually write any notes into this one either, because we keep like the same sheet all the time. So the movies got off by a week, so I didn't put any of my fucking notes in either. So we're just going off memory this time, buddy. But you can put them all in. That's fine.
All right, check it out.
Let me see your notes. Oh shit! Oh, you actually have that's like a Dylan size list. That's what's up.
That's what I'm saying. We switched places for a second.
Yeah, I fucking love that. All right.
I wanted to say there was a reference to a movie in the. What the hell is it? I had the VHS tape right here.
You have the VHS of Night of the Creeps?
No. Of Plan 9 from Outer Space. They reference that in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's somewhere in this room.
Nice. You have a VHS of that?
We'll keep going. Yeah, I do.
That's cool. Cool.
Yeah, I got it like last year at Savers, the thrift store I go to.
Nice. Oh, okay, cool.
One of the worst movies of all time by Ed Wood.
Nice. That's what's up. You know what I just saw? I saw it on either Facebook Marketplace or like OfferUp. The Crimson Ghost on VHS, like a whole 7 episode series or whatever. I kind of want to get that. That would be pretty cool.
Get it.
Yeah, I mean, if you inspire the Misfits like logo. That's got to be.
I just wanted to say we talked about this earlier in the group chat, but it's awesome. Me, you, and Mike also all love Misfits.
I know. Yeah, that is fun, man. That is. All right, so I'm just going to loop back real quick because we got off track here. Do not fill the fucking tapes with slugs. All right, like alien slugs, regular slugs. It doesn't fucking matter what kind of slugs they are. Don't fucking put them in my
Slugs
tapes.
by Juan Picar Simon, director pieces.
It's just unacceptable.
That movie's good. We'll probably do it soon, but
yeah, we could do that. But no, the filling of our tapes with slugs. Can you imagine when I stick these into the rewinding machine because you never fucking rewind your tapes? How much slug juice is going to be everywhere? It's ridiculous.
We're gonna have to start like a little bucket under the machine,
bro. We're
gonna have a stand for slug juice.
Pamela Vorhees, who has been promoted to Rewinder Girl, is not going to be happy about all of these slugs. Okay, don't make me. You know what? I think it's been too long. I think Pamela needs to give you a piece of her mind.
Steve should never have opened this place again. There's been too much trouble here. Did you know that a young boy
was shredded
the year before those two others were killed? The
video store attendants
weren't paying any attention. They were making love while that young boy
was killed in the rewinding machine.
His name was Jason. I was working the day that it happened.
Restocking the pornography.
Here, I was the
naughty backroom girl and switchboard attendant.
Jason should have been watched every minute.
I'm gonna play that clip there.
All the characters are coming back.
They are. We're just diving head first back into the classics, dude. The classics. All right, cool. All right, friends. Well, this week we're gonna go ahead and press play on one of the most ridiculous and fun Tom Atkins mustache rides of all time, Night of the Creeps. Go on, press play. Do it. Press the button.
Finally here for Chris, Cindy, and JC. It's going to be the best night of their lives. But tonight is also the night of the creeps. From a world unknown comes a nightmare unimagined. First, they are under you, around you, on you. Inside you.
They get in through your mouth, and you walk around while they incubate, even if you're dead.
They are a new breed of terror.
Freeze!
They are a different kind of horror.
Zombies, exploding heads, creepy crawlies. We could have a little problem.
The creeps are taking over.
Good news and bad news, girls. What? The good news is your dates are here.
What's the bad news?
They're dead.
You have never had a night like this. Night of the creeps. If you scream, you're dead.
All right.
Thrill me.
Let's do this, buddy. Mikey.
He says it like 10 times in the movie.
Yeah. Thrill me.
He answers the phone, just thrill me.
What does he call him? Spanky and Alfalfa? He does, right?
Yeah, Spanky and Alfalfa.
Yeah, right. Hey, Spanky. When he sits, we'll get to this, but when he sits the kid down in his apartment or his little house, and he just tells him about how he murdered a guy.
Most depressing story ever. Yeah.
and he's like, I don't know if you meant to confess to a murder tonight, but I think I should go. I was dying. That was so fucking funny. Holy shit, bro!
I love Fred Dekker so much.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. All right, man. So you take it away. Read that back of the box, and let's get started, man.
Okay. All right. When an alien experiment goes awry, it crashes into Earth in 1959, infects a young college student, and then I need glasses.
You're old.
Sorry. I use a flashlight sometimes.
I'm leaving that in.
All right. 27 years later, his cryogenically frozen body thaws out at a fraternity, and craziness ensues.
Okay. All right. And we're going to call it... No. We're going to call that segment, Mikey Needs to Get Some Fucking Glasses, and he was reading with a flashlight on the box. This is the first VHS Doom After Dark for a reason, because we're fucking old, guys. All right. So...
I'm bringing it up on IMDb to fix this.
Okay. If you want to read a different bit, you can. That's fine. You just let me know.
I do, because...
Okay.
I hate these back of the DVD or Blu-ray cases because like it goes into like the production things too.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's not like how like on the back of the old VHS tapes and like DVDs it would just be like the little synopsis.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Alien brain parasite enters humans through the mouth and turns their host into killing zombies. Some teenagers start to fight against them.
Super simple.
That's IMDb's.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that would be like
mustache
on the
ride.
Yeah, the mustache ride. That would be on the back of the Blockbuster box, I guess, right? Blockbuster, fuck Blockbuster.
It'd be misspelled too.
Yeah, it would be. Night of the Crepes. All right, so Night of the Creeps. It's a 1986 American science fiction horror comedy film written and directed by Fred Dekker in his feature directorial debut, starring Jason Lively.
He did Monster Squad. I love that movie so much.
Yep, Jill Whitlow, and the ever awesome Tom Atkins. The film is an earnest attempt at a B movie and an homage to the genre. While the main plot of the film is related to zombies, the film also mixes in takes on slashers and alien invasion films, which I just fucking love, honestly. Night of the Creeps did not perform well at the box office, but it developed a cult following. In the film...
Every 80s horror movie did that.
Yeah, no, for sure. In the film, a college student and his best friend steal a cadaver from a cryogenics lab as a part of an initiation rite in a local fraternity. The corpse, quote unquote, is an undead body from the late 1950s, and it's under the control of an extraterrestrial organism. Soon, several other people are infected with these alien slugs as they multiply
including a dog.
Super fast, including a poor little puppy. Yeah, actually, you know what? Real quick before I jump into this next section, there was this game. Oh, Destroy All Humans. Did you ever play that shit on PS2?
I love those games. Yeah.
Holy fuck! Those
they made a reboot of it recently. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
I think it's on Xbox. I think it's on Games Pass for Xbox. I haven't played it yet. But I had the old games. I love them so much. You can abduct cows.
Yeah, you could like lift cows and and so like the FBI would start to come after you after a while, and it was set in like the 50s, so you were like running around like these there's like quintessential little towns and like farm areas as an alien. That it reminded me like a lot of those like classic like alien invasion films and stuff. So that was a fun game. Anyway, so back on track here. So Night of the Creeps, as we said, was directed by Fred Dekker. It was also written by Dekker. It was produced by Charles Gordon, and the cinematography was by Robert C. New. It was edited by Michael N. New, but okay, this is throwing me off.
Not related to cinematographer.
Right, so the cinematographer's last name was N-E-W, New. And the editor's last name was K-N-U-E, New. That's fucking Canoe.
I'm kidding around.
Holy shit. Fuck. All right. The music was by Barry Dvorzan, and it was distributed by TriStar Pictures in 1986 with a runtime of 88 minutes. The box office did well. I don't know. I don't see a budget, but it made $500,000. So for a first film. I don't know how much he spent on it, but $591 million. I mean, $1,000. Fuck.
Before we dive into it, I just want to say this was the first movie I ever collected on DVD.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Really?
I remember it was my 15th birthday. I got this on DVD, and I got Misfits Walk Among Us.
Wow. Holy shit, bro.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. That's fucking cool. Okay, well, you heard it here, friends. VHS Doom crew. Night of the Creeps, Mikey's first collected film, which led into just a seriously fun
2 rooms
time.
worth of movies.
Cool. All right. So what we're going to do this week, just an FYI before we get started, there really aren't a ton of notes on the production and behind the scenes of this film, but there is, a lot to talk about in the plot. So we'll do what we can here.
And I got a lot of notes.
Yeah, I watched this one on Amazon, so I did screenshot the Amazon behind the scenes facts. Some of which are really cool. Like apparently, this was Tom Atkins' favorite film that he ever, like, if you ask Tom Atkins, what's your favorite film you ever acted in? This is his answer. So that's pretty cool.
I mean, he looks like he had a lot of fun with this movie, honestly.
Right. Yeah, it seems like it. So there are some cool notes, but there aren't a ton. So we'll do what we can. But let's go ahead and dive into the plot. We will go like segment by segment and kind of talk about notes in each section, if that's cool with you, Mikey.
That's cool.
All right. So in 1959, on board a spacecraft, 2 aliens race to keep an experiment from being released.
Aliens ever.
They got them booties from being released by a third member of the crew. The seemingly possessed third alien shoots the canister into space where it crashes to Earth. Nearby, a college man takes his date to a parking spot when they see a falling star, quote unquote, mostly, terrifying thing flies over their head, and they go and investigate it. Because why not? It lands in the path of an escaped criminally insane mental patient as well. So there's a lot going on there. As his date is attacked by an axe to the head over and over and over, the boy, who's wandering through the woods, finds the canister from which a small slug-like thing jumps out and into his mouth. Cut. Whop. To 27 years later in 1986, Chris Romero pines over a love lost, supported by his disabled friend, J.C. Hooper. During Pledge Week at Corman University, Chris spots a girl, Cynthia Cronenberg, and falls instantly in love. To get her attention, he decides to join a fraternity. Cynthia's boyfriend, who heads the Beta Epsilon fraternity, tasks them with stealing a cadaver from the University Medical Center and depositing it on the steps of a rival fraternity house. Chris and JC find a frozen corpse in a secret room, but when it grabs them, they flee. The thawed corpse then kills a medical student working at the lab. All right, so up to that point, Mikey, I know you got a lot of notes here, so why don't you start talking?
All right, so I already talked about Plan 9 from Outer Space. I talked about how so I have never chased an asteroid because I thought that was very dumb of them to start driving after the asteroid after it was coming down. I love that the characters' names are Romero, Carpenter, Hooper, Cronenberg, Landis, Raimi, and Craven and Bava.
Yeah. Yes, that's awesome.
The dude at the party's unibrow was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, the first guy that she's dancing with. Yeah, he did have a ridiculous unibrow.
Then I love how it starts as a 50s alien movie, but it's also a slasher movie.
Right. Yes. It's like he couldn't just decide. He needed it to be everything.
I'm trying to see if no. Everything else is just in the movie in general.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. So, so I, the little alien butts was that I just laughed so hard.
He kind of looked like the Ginger Dead Man, honestly.
Kinda, yeah, bro. They had some cake, so they were running, and they were running quick with them little alien.
Sure. It's like the alien from it was the cakes. They'd be running.
With them little alien legs. Yeah, they were having fun on that ship. No, that was ridiculous. I laughed so fucking hard.
Me too.
Yeah, and then the when they were kind of mixing in, you could hear on the radio when they were just sitting at the lookout point, the two teenagers, they were talking about the maniac who'd escaped from.
I do have a note for that one I didn't read.
Yeah, sure. What you
I
got?
wouldn't leave my date to search a weird noise in the dark.
Oh my
Typical
god!
horror trope. LOL. I wrote.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah. So when they drive to find the quote unquote star, well, you met Tom Atkins' younger self, right before that. He was the cop who walked up to the car and was like, "Hey, hi," and he was sad about her, making out with.
Yeah, it was like his girl.
Yeah, some other dude. So that was a little awkward, but yeah. So they find the slug, and then when it cuts in, so Amazon notes. When Fred Dekker was asked during an interview why JC, who is played by Steve Marshall, is handicapped, Dekker replied, "There's no reason, really. That's just what they did." It said you can make a movie with a character who's handicapped without the story being about the fact that he's handicapped. So it really wasn't there was no reason. It's just he just made the guy handicapped. So that was interesting. I found that to be an interesting quote. And then the title credits were designed by Ernie Ferrino, who also did films such as The Alien Factor in 1978, as well as Terminator in 1984. And Fred Dekker apparently said, "I asked him to do a kind of famous Monsters of Filmland logo." That was really cool. And then also, this is going to be a later note, but I found this interesting. Greg Nicotero and Howard Berger play zombie extras later on, which is cool.
And Shane Black, his writing partner, and also he's a director. He was a cop in this, and then Robert Kerman from Cannibal Holocaust was a cop in it too.
Yeah, that's really cool stuff. And then last note, I think in the beginning for me, let me just make sure. Oh no, there's two more. So the spaceship model was later used in an episode of Star Trek, Deep Space Nine in 1993. Oh, cool. So they reused that. And then at the beginning of the movie, at the sorority house, Pam's roommate is talking on the phone with a friend and asks her if she's ever seen Plan 9 from outer space. You mentioned that, right? Okay.
Yeah. I had one more. The line that when Tom Atkins goes into the crime scene, it's like, is this a homicide or a bad B movie? Had me dying.
Yes, absolutely. That was really great. So those are all.
The cop was eating. The cop was eating again.
Oh, the coroner. The coroner, yes. Yeah. But not just once. Every time you see the coroner, he's eating a sandwich. And actually, he unpacks the sandwich out of a briefcase. I really loved how they ran with that trope. That was fucking awesome. That was awesome. Cool.
One of my favorite tropes.
Love it. All right, so let's jump into the next couple little sections here. So next, Detective Ray Cameron, a haunted cop. Is Cameron supposed to be? Let's see.
Who's James Cameron?
Oh God, I hope not.
Director of the Terminator.
Oh wait, yes.
Titanic and Avatar.
Why did I just mix up James Cameron and Michael Bay in my head?
Because I can sort of see that, but not really.
No, it's unacceptable.
I don't like the Avatar movies. People are going to hate me for that, but
yeah. So James Cameron was Detective Ray Cameron. That's why. Okay. All right. So continuing. So Detective Ray Cameron, who's a haunted cop, is called in to the cryogenics lab break-in, where he discovers one of the bodies. The boy who discovered the alien experiment in 1959 is now missing. It's been set free by Chris and JC. The corpse makes its way back to the sorority house. You see it walking really awkwardly the whole time, where he picked up his date 27 years ago. There, his head splits open and releases more of the slugs. Called to the scene, Cameron finds the body, interpreting the condition of the head as the result of an axe wound in the face, which we will see why shortly.
Also, it was so weird how they had those brains for the experiment.
Just in the sorority house in the basement.
Yeah.
For no
she's just walking around with the brains down, bringing them down to the basement.
Yep, that was super awkward, super weird. And they're like, "Can we keep these up here?" She's like, "No, You have to put them in the basement. Like, okay.
And apparently they're human brains too, which is even weirder.
Yeah, human. They're human.
Human. Long pig.
Oh my fucking God. All right, Joe Metheny. The next day, the fraternity brothers.
Make some roast.
Holy fuck. Confront Chris and JC, who they believe to be responsible for the previous night's incident. They are then taken in for questioning by the police, and based on the testimony of a janitor who's fucking hilarious, who witnessed them running out.
Screamed like banshees.
They screamed like banshees, who witnessed them running out of the university center. They confess to breaking in, but they deny moving the corpse, and that night, the dead medical student rises from the slab and then runs into the janitor. So that's all wild. Cynthia then attempts to convince Chris and JC that the attacks are zombie related, but they're skeptical. When JC sees Cynthia leaning on Chris's shoulder, JC then leaves the two alone. He kind of goes to take a shit. And he's unfortunately attacked by slugs that emerge from the possessed janitor. He does find out that they can be damaged by fire. After Chris walks Cynthia back to the sorority house, he runs into Cameron, who has overheard their conversation. At his house, Cameron explains to Chris that the escaped lunatic's 1959 victim was his ex-girlfriend, and that he secretly hunted down and killed the axe murderer in revenge. After Cameron reveals that he buried the body under what is now the sorority house, or like the sorority mother's house, or cottage, he gets a call that the same axe-wielding lunatic has killed the house mother. Cameron blows off the corpse's head with a shotgun, which releases more slugs. Okay, up to this point, Mikey, what you got?
So when Cameron and what's his name go to the I think it's Hooper, right?
Yeah.
They go to the police lockup to get the not lockup, like evidence thing or weapon, whatever. Weapon,
oh my god!
armory.
Yeah,
Dick Miller's there. He's like he's in everything.
Yeah,
he had a cameo.
That's
awesome. And the flamethrower is so badass.
Yeah, dude. Well, so that was kind of wild because like, all right. So through that section, there's a lot that's been happening. You you have fucking Chris, who is just so horny that, you know, he's immediately in love with Cynthia, which is super awkward and super weird. JC's like really cool. I found JC's character to be like a really badass character, super strong character, very smart character. And I was actually quite disappointed that Chris was the one who survived and JC died. Like, I understand, okay, yeah, JC is handicapped, so he's not going to be able to fight or get around as well. But JC's mental fortitude was much better than Chris's. So while he was being attacked the slugs were running around in the bathroom, he figured out with a matchbook that fire could hurt these slugs. And he, even though he got possessed essentially, or like was like had the slugs in his brain, he was able to leave a recording for Chris telling him how to kill the slugs. And then Chris went and found his body. He'd gone down to the furnace room in order to not let the slugs escape into the school. He actually went and found a way to die and also kill the slugs at the same time, which was cool. So I was kind of sad about that.
When what's his name? JC. Is it Chris? I keep getting it mixed up.
JC's the one with the crutches.
Okay, Chris. When he kills Brad, he's like, sorry, don't take it personally.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
And then, oh my god, when my favorite line from this movie, Tom Atkins delivers towards the end, good news, girl. Good news and bad news, girls. Good news is your dates are here. And then one of them's like, what's the bad news? They're dead. I used to have a T-shirt with that on it.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Dude, yeah. I found it interesting that when Tom Atkins' character was like introduced. It started in a white suit with a red tie on the
It was
beach.
almost like a James Bond beginning, right?
Yeah, and then he jumped into like a horror like nightmare, and then he jumped into it was almost Inception-y. It was like a dream within a dream within a dream.
It was better than Inception.
Yeah, the better version of Inception.
And then the other line towards the end, I love what he said. When he told somebody to duck, he's like, "Duck, it's Miller time."
Okay.
Atkins had the fucking best lines in this movie.
Yeah, there were a lot. So yeah, as I said earlier, just like general information about the film from the Amazon like X-ray notes. In an interview on the Blu-ray copy, Tom Atkins does enthusiastically state that of all of the films he's ever starred in, this is his personal favorite. In a Horror's Hallowed Grounds feature on the Just Desserts documentary, he stated that director Fred Dekker is one of the few that he would still love to work with, which is really cool. That's a really cool.
Yeah, that interview is called Tom Atkins, Man of Action.
Tom Atkins, Man and Mustache of Action. Love that.
This is
good shit, man. Yeah, so that's really cool. Also, just like a side note here, apparently. The film, they say, I didn't feel this so much, but it had pacing issues that Fred Dekker said, quote, the studio really railroaded him on. It reached a point where an executive and the editor did an edit without Dekker's involvement. So that's interesting. He let most of their cuts go without a fight, but he did learn his lesson, it being his first feature. He said, quote, all of the films after this, I had a stopwatch in my pocket at all times. So that's interesting. I really didn't feel like it had pacing issues personally, at least like as it exists today.
So. I also the zombie lawnmower kill.
Oh, that was
It reminded me of Dead Alive.
Did that? Dead Alive came after, right? So that's
Dead Alive was 1990, I think, or 91.
Yeah, so maybe they got the inspiration there, and Jackson just ran with it because those are some of my favorite. That lawnmower scene in Dead Alive is one of my favorite like scenes in all of horror films. Personally, mine too. That's so much fun.
I would say it's the goriest of all, but then I don't know how Terrifier 3 is going to do. I feel like that's going to be even gorier.
Jesus Christ. The amount of blood in Terrifier 2 was super impressive, especially like...
Speaking of which, I touched on the last episode. I had a little bit of a tweet that went into an episode of In Film We Trust podcast when we were talking about Terrifier.
Yeah.
Okay,
nice. Oh, look what just popped up on my... because I'm just looking through my phone at these notes. My best bud, Pamela Vorhees, guarding the naughty back room of the store.
She's guarding us right now from all the little creatures coming in.
Right, exactly, yeah. She's super dangerous, so be careful. Something about her son, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so moving on.
Something about her son.
Something about her son. Yeah. Oh, dude, I do have to say, though, when Tom Atkins or Cameron is telling Chris about how he murdered and buried someone like under in a parking lot, like that was just the most fucked up fucking, like, how are you going to drop that on a teenager? Like, you're like me as like a 34-year-old guy. If I just think about like, all right, so there's this like 18-year-old kid and I sit them down in my house and I'm like, so this one time, right, I took the shotgun that's right here and I blew a hole in somebody and then I buried him in the fucking backyard. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Bro needed therapy.
I like how when he was in the basement, he had the duct tape over his mouth.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't go into his mouth.
Right. That was cool. That was
also,
cool
I had another question, but
yeah.
James Gunn said he didn't do a remake of Neither Chris Who Made Slither, but don't you feel like this movie is like oddly similar to Slither?
It is. You know what it's funny you said that because, you said James Gunn, but apparently James Wan announced in January of last year that he wanted to remake this exact film. So that's funny, but
weird.
Yeah, that would be weird, right? But anyway,
because like he's been doing some weird stuff lately. Like I heard *Malignant's good. I haven't seen it. And I heard *Aquaman* is good too.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he did a lot of cool stuff with like that whole He was the Conjuring. He did the first,
Saw,
set all of that up,
Conjuring,
right? So I mean,
did he also produce Insidious, or am I thinking of something else?
I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of the new stuff. Man.
He did Dead Silence, and I like that one too, but a lot of people didn't like that one.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Mm-hmm. That was the one with the dolls.
The Nun, right? Did he do the Nun, or was that just in his universe?
That was just in the Conjuring universe. I heard that wasn't even good. I don't know.
Well,
I only like the first Conjuring movie.
The Nun 2 apparently was trash, but the original Nun was okay. I don't know. I haven't watched either of them, so we don't do a lot of new movies, honestly. We don't do a lot of new stuff here, man.
A lot of the not gonna lie, a lot of the Blumhouse stuff is not my kind of thing.
Yeah,
I do love the first Conjuring movie though.
He's more of an A24 irreversible / climax type guy over here. No,
Witch, the Green Room, yeah,
for new stuff. Anyway, okay,
Get Out, yeah, you're right.
yeah. Let's continue. So, all right, the next night, while everyone prepares for a formal dance, Chris finds a recorded message because JC is the fucking man that he left before he died. JC says that the slugs have incubated in his brain, but he has discovered that they're susceptible to heat. So he confesses his love to Chris. Chris recruits Cameron, who was in the midst of a suicide attempt. He was actually about to kill himself with his own oven, I believe. And then they retrieve a flamethrower from the police armory.
And they meet Dick Miller, one of the best character actors of all time.
Yep. And Cameron pulls a gun on him and says, "You're going to give me that flamethrower." That was pretty badass, actually. So they arrive at the sorority house just as Cynthia is breaking up with Brad, who is he's not Brad anymore.
That was hilarious.
He's possessed and he's just sitting there obviously looks like a zombie, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Cynthia is not the brightest of individuals in this film.
And that's when Chris says to him, Brad, it's nothing personal, and he kills him.
right, yeah. Well, so Brad was a dick, and Brad actually had tripped JC earlier in the film, because Brad thought that they dropped the body off at the girls' sorority instead of the rival fraternity. So he was pretty mad.
Their fault, though.
He was pretty mad about that, but I mean, he did push down a crippled person, so that's pretty fucked up. Brad is not a good guy. Okay, so after killing Brad, the Beta fraternity brothers show up. They actually have been killed in a bus crash, which was orchestrated by a dog.
Poor fucking dog, honestly.
Bro, the dog just was already possessed at that point, right? When it walked out in front. So the dog belonged to the sorority house mother. And was in the house when...
Yeah, it ran out after when they came, when the guy popped out of the floor.
Right, yeah. So the dog took off, and then the dog got a slug in its mouth and got possessed. And then the dog ran in front of the bus, causing the bus driver to veer into a truck and kill everyone on board, which is just ridiculous in general. But
then the K&B guys come out of it.
Yeah, and then and then the dog walks into the bus, and then everybody comes out possessed. So that was pretty exciting. So after they stop the horde, which is quite fun with the flamethrower and the shotgun, and Cynthia and Chris are really going to town. And again, though,
the best lines of the movie in those scenes.
Cynthia really is not the best at a lot of things. So she's supposed to be pretty, and Chris likes her, but at one point, yes, they find the lawnmower, but she suggests that they get into the shed, and the shed is just made out of plywood, and then the things just break it down.
Before that scene, I had a note that said that she is badass.
She's not cool when it comes to killing, but at the same time, she was not leading them into the best scenarios in many circumstances.
They even have a little bit of an argument before the zombies start going in.
Right, exactly, yeah. So there's a little tension there, but whatever.
I just think it's funny when he's he looks out the window and says to the girls that line with the bad news and good news.
Yeah, that is a fun one. That's a fun one.
And also when they finally get into the house, he tells one of them to duck. He just randomly says, "It's Miller time."
It's mustache time. You should have said that.
Who's here for a mustache ride? Yeah, the movie Crib podcast directors Joe Lynch and Adam Green. Like one of the early episodes, Joe Lynch kept saying Tom Atkins mustache ride.
Hey,
that kind of stuck with me like 10 years later. So.
Bro, it's now stuck with me, and I'm running with it every time we talk about Tom Atkins in a movie. Yeah, no apologies for that, though. That's cool shit. So, continuing with the plot here. After they stop the horde, Chris spots more slugs that are racing toward the basement where all of the brains are being held. Cynthia explains what had happened earlier, and the brains are for biology class. And in the basement, they find an enormous pile of slugs, and Cameron, with tape across his mouth, prepping a can of gasoline. The detective begins counting down as he splashes gasoline, and Chris counts down in sync with him as he and Cynthia race out of the house. As Cameron opens up the house's gas valve, several slugs leap to attack him. He flicks his lighter, and the house goes up in a fiery explosion. Chris and Cynthia share a kiss as they watch the house burn down. Okay,
I had a question for you.
Yeah.
Which ending did you see?
I saw the Cameron head split.
Okay. I watched both of them because it's on the DVD or Blu-ray. Yeah. I preferred the one before. I didn't like the one where it's just like the ship comes back and like appears over everything.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked how it ended with Cameron walking and shuffling, and all of a sudden he just bursts.
Yeah, I like that one.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the same thing, but like it ends sort of early.
Yeah, without the extra bit.
Wait.
No, so okay. So let's talk endings. Yeah, it's okay. So the film has two endings, one of which was used for the film's theatrical release, and then the other is the ending originally intended by Fred Dekker. So
it's been like 2 weeks, so I'm sorry.
Paul said that reminds me of the gardener's scene from the movie Slugs. Okay.
I love slugs so much.
We got to cover that here. So
we did pieces, so it'd only be right to do slugs too.
Yeah, true. All right. So in the theatrical version, the dog who caused the bus accident returns and approaches Cynthia. And as Cynthia bends down toward it, the dog opens its mouth. The slug jumps out toward her. And the original ending shows Chris and Cynthia standing in front of the burning sorority house with the camera moving to the street where police cars race toward the burning building. The police cars race by the charred and zombified Cameron, who's shuffling down the street, still smoking a cigarette.
Cigarette in his mouth, yeah.
Right. When he suddenly stops, he falls to the ground. His head bursts open with the slugs that incubated inside his brain. And then they scamper out and slither towards a nearby cemetery, which is just a massive host, grounds. So
I think I kind of mixed the two endings together. I think I like the second one better, actually. Now,
yes, I liked that one. I liked the one that Dekker intended. So the slugs go into the cemetery, and then that does include, though, the searchlights that appear in the night sky, revealing the source to be the spaceship from the beginning of the film with the aliens intending to retrieve their experiment. So
it'd be cool if there was a sequel to this, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, that would have been cool. I'm glad. I don't think I would have loved the ending with Cynthia just getting slugged and then it ending.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't like. I confused them for a second, but I really didn't like how it was just like a jump scare kind of thing.
Yeah, it seems too simple, but it also seems like, I mean, a lot of films were doing that thanks to what inspired Savini?
Carrie?
It was Carrie, right? The hand.
Yeah, when the hand comes through.
Yeah. So that's probably what they were leaning towards. But I like it. I like Dekker's original vision. Cool. So that ends the film. What kind of final notes did you have, or did we wrap up really?
Yeah, I kind of read some of them earlier before you did that, but I don't know. I love this movie a lot. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, man, for sure. I can see why. It was a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It actually, this was my first watch of this film.
That was a question I had for you. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see if there are any more Okay, final notes from me. No, I think that kind of covers it. Like, it's a lot of fun. I love. Oh, the diner. That was one. What's it called? Tom's Diner. Is it called Tom's Diner, or
I can't remember.
what's the diner in this one? Let me look it up real quick. Because I like when a director Phil's Diner. So Phil's Diner makes appearances in quite a few other Fred Dekker's films. Oh God, I can't find the note.
RoboCop 3?
Yeah,
that was the worst sequel.
It did show up.
I recently got that on VHS, actually.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That was like the 2 weeks ago. That's when I got that one, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I forgot he directed it.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, oh, yes. Yeah, Paul said, I think it was in an episode of X-Files too. It was. Yes, it was. I did read that there were a couple places where Phil's Diner showed up. I always like when directors do that and they make their own little kind of like beacon or something. Or just keep their universe all together. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Good shit, man. All right. So the few little production notes that did exist that I could find just on the wikis and stuff. Director Fred Dekker originally wanted to shoot the film in black and white, which would have been interesting. He did include every B movie cliche that he could possibly think of and did insist on directing the script himself. Most of the main characters, as we have talked about already, Romero, Carpenter, Raimi, Landis, Hooper, Cronenberg, Cameron, Steve Miner, Wes Craven, Mario Bava, are named after.
And Roger Corman was the university.
Right. Corman University, yeah, are named after super famous horror movie makers. And the script was actually written in only 1 week. So pretty cool stuff.
That's wild.
Yeah. Pretty cool, man. All right. So, Mikey, you want to take away these box office and release notes, and then we'll get into our IMDb reviews?
Yeah, the Harambe reviews. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Okay. Night of the Creeps was released on August 22nd, 1986 in the United States. In the Philippines, the film was released on March 5th, 1987 with a free protector sticker handed out for early moviegoers to put on during the screening. What?
That's an interesting note. All right.
The domestic gross was $591,366 across 70 movie theaters. In Cincinnati, Ohio, and other cities, the film was released as Homecoming Night.
Oh.
I like that title, too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
The film was released on VHS and Laserdisc in 1986 by HBO Canon Video. Some of these features are the theatrical ending only.
Gotcha.
Okay. DVD and Blu-ray was released in 2009 by Sony Home Pictures. That's the one I have right here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Scream Factory, we released it in 2019 on Blu-ray with extra special features.
Nice. Okay, cool. Good stuff, man. All right. Let's get those Harambe reviews. So as a reminder to everyone, we just discussed this last episode when we were recording with Mutant City Horror, but my wife brought up the fact that she didn't really remember why we were killing people for giving reviews.
Well, it started off us ripping dicks off of Ebert and Robert.
Right. So long time ago, but I can still remember. We used to cut the dicks off of Ebert, Roper, and many other critics and feed them to old Hugh Janus in the closet. We stopped doing that because that seemed to be a bit much, and then we switched over to our Harambe reviews.
Every episode we were talking about penises every few minutes.
I know, it was too much. So now, as a quick reminder, we only shoot the people that are giving us our reviews because they're Harambe reviews. He was not doing anything bad, and he unfortunately lost his life. So you guys aren't doing anything bad by giving us reviews. We just have fun with the shotgun sound. So all right, let's get it.
Okay, so this person seems like they're fucking pissed.
Oh, nice.
This is from 2009, April 6th. With 70% of the older horror films, it's honestly hard for me to tell what horror films were meant to be comedies, which were meant to be scary, because 70s were loaded with laugh out, unintentional cheese films like Phantasm and Omen? What the fuck?
Wow. Okay. All right. Hold on. Sorry. I just whoa. That slipped probably a little prematurely there. I don't know if was that one done.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I just had like an essay.
I had to shoot him when they started talking shit about those.
I'm not reading this one. This is like 5 paragraphs of just hating this movie. Okay. Here's one.
Mm-hmm.
Good news is your dates are here. The bad news is they're dead. The idiotic 1986 sci-fi horror film. They're the Creeps, Jason Lively, Steve Marshall, Jill Winslow, and Tom Atkins. It flopped, but now I was like, what? This is literally this person just explaining the movie. It's not even a review.
Okay.
And then like they're just like naming all the characters are different directors, and then like the last part is like, but like the film, so what? What?
Okay.
Just kill them.
I did. It's done. Oh, you know what though? I didn't. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. All right. There's one more. Oh, and the glass. All right. We might need to come up. You didn't? Oh,
no.
Weird. Okay. It'll be on the media board.
I got one. 10 out of 10. You'll scream like banshees. As I sat with bated breath, holding my newly acquired copy of shut up. Fred Dekker's debut. I pondered to myself, I had to first time watch this wonderful science fiction movie. It's a masterpiece, they said.
All right, cool. Thank you so much for your review. We truly appreciate it.
I usually don't have lights on in this room, but it's like dark out, so.
I know. That's what I was saying. We're two old guys doing an After Dark episode, and Mikey's like, what is that word?
This used to happen all the time on the earlier episodes, like when I used to like have the light on and like the windows open too.
Yeah. Love it, dude. Okay. Love it.
But no, that one was like a love letter to it pretty much. They're just like, it's a masterpiece. It had a lofty reputation. I don't know. They just really like it a lot. They say it's fresh and funny.
Nice. So. Okay, cool. That's what's up, man. All right, cool. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it.
It does sound sophisticated.
Yeah.
Or like a Cinemax movie.
It's more like VHS Doom After Dark. Why can they not stay awake? But we're doing our best.
I mean, I did have an energy drink like 3 hours ago. So
you're wild, bro. I'm just like, I can't do that shit.
I'm gonna crash in like an hour, so it's fine.
Cool. So good shit, man. Thank you so much for reading those. Let's go ahead and get the fuck out of here. This is a quick episode. It's fast and dirty, friends. The VHS Doom After Dark episode, because we're trying to just hold it together the best that we can. So this week we're sending you home with quite a treasure trove. Grab your popcorn, grab your candies, and grab your soda pops. We need to sell these things. Come on. We don't want to sell you expired stuff, so buy it now. This week, you're going home with some dope-ass flicks, as always. So first, Night of the Comet from 1984 by Thom. Thom? People with that name really, it freaks me out.
Tom.
Is it Tom or Thom? It's
or Thumb.
It really fucks with my head. Anyway, Eberhardt.
Tom zombie movies of all time.
Everhard. After a rare comet sighting, teen sisters Regina and Samantha find that they're among the only survivors of a zombie attack. The girls partner with another survivor, Hector, but as they try to avoid the zombies, they're sought by scientists who want to experiment on their bodies in the hope of finding an antidote. Dodging both the doctors and the undead, they keep moving in the hope that they can continue to stay alive. Dick B. Everhard.
I had to mute my mic.
God damn it, Paul, you're too funny. This is a problem. We're going to have to think about this on future episodes. No, it makes it even better. All right, next, we're sending you home with House from 1986 by Steve Miner. A Vietnam vet turned horror novelist returns to his boyhood home to find that it has been invaded by ghosts and ghouls.
That's a fun one.
Galaxy of Terror from 1981 by Bruce D. Clark. a rescue spaceship crew face horrors from their own imagination while searching for a stranded vessel on a treacherous planet. Ooh. And Bucket of Blood from 1959 by Roger Corman, classic. Nerdy Walter Paisley, played by good old Dick Miller, a busboy at a beatnik cafe who doesn't fit in with the cool scene around him, attempts to woo his beautiful coworker Carla by making a bust of her. When his klutziness results in the death of his landlady's cat,
Carla. That's funny.
Yeah, he panics and hides its body under a layer of plaster. But when Carla and her friends, what the fuck, enthuse over the resulting artwork, Walter decides to create some bigger and more elaborate pieces using the same artistic process. Dun, dun, dun. And lastly, for the kids and the fam this week, we're sending you home with The Last Unicorn by Arthur Rankin Jr. and Jules Bass. In this animated musical, the villainous King Haggard, who's voiced by Christopher Lee, holy fuck, plots to destroy all of the world's unicorns, goddammit. When a young... What? What'd you say?
Farrow from Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah. When a young
I said
unicorn...
Dracula and Rosemary.
Yes, Mia Farrow learns that she's in danger and that she may soon be the last of her kind. She leaves the safety of her protected forest and enlists the help of Schmendrick, played by Alan Arkin, a gentle, albeit clumsy sorcerer. Together, they embark on a long and dangerous journey with one goal: to defeat Haggard and save the unicorns from extinction. All right.
Beat up Harry Potter.
Give me your money and beat up Harry Potter. All right.
You said Hagrid. That's why I said that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's Hagrid, though.
Alan Hagrid. Okay, got it. Okay, so what the fuck are we covering next week, buddy?
We're covering Child's Play.
Yes, that's right. Alfonso, dude, shouting you out again, man. I did tell Alfonso eventually I want to get him on for a roundtable episode. I think his knowledge on horror has been super impressive. But it was his request that we cover Child's Play, start talking a little bit about Chucky. Way back when we did our Candyman episode. Yeah, he was kind of commenting on how the cinematography felt very similar between the two films. So maybe we'll get into that. That'll be fun. So thanks so much for that recommendation. And we're going to get to that sooner than later, sir. All right. Shout outs this week, bud. Who you got?
You want to go first?
No. Who you got?
Okay. I got Tangents of Horror podcast, Movie Dumpster, In Film We Trust Pod, and Doom Generation, and then my wife, Katie.
What's up, Katie? Nice. Cool. So I got a few. So I want to shout out the Bearded Villain 83. As always, the man keeps making amazing content.
Mike is so awesome.
Mike is the man. We literally I sent him a picture and I'm like, can you put mine and Mikey's face on this? And he's like, yeah. And he did, and it's fucking hilarious. Like,
he told me to take off my hat.
Yeah, he's a good dude, and he's really working hard to make the show awesome, and we appreciate that. Mutant City Horror, Paul, rated PG, Matthias, The Ill, as always, they're awesome. New episode just came out today, which will be actually a while from now for you guys, but go check out their show. It's a lot of fun, and definitely the interview with Alan Danziger. That's a lot of fun. So also awesome. Toothbrain Productions, Pickle Rick, Alfonso Zavala, Rick Pickle. I think somebody's fucking with my notes here. I think somebody is. What the fuck, bro? That's not cool, dude.
That was from yesterday.
It's not cool. And I do want to shout out the film Vampire, which I'm super excited to get those guys on to talk about their movie. So we'll have more information about that coming soon, but that should be in the beginning of March. So, and that's it, friends. Don't forget, come on the podcast if you have a project that you want to promote. Shoot us an email at vhsdoom@gmail.com. And as always, twerk till it fucking hurts, guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace. Pickle them Ricks.
Pickle them Ricks. And Rick them pickle dicks.